some proper etiquetely trained threesome guy ever that I've ever dealt with. Didn't come off overly thirsty, didn't come off disrespectful, didn't come off like he planned this the whole time, even though he did. No, he didn't come off a whole bunch of ways. You know what I mean? That he could have. He was
Mm-hmm.
cool. So she was ultimately tripping, even though he did ultimately violate. But that she didn't know that. So it's like she had no reason to really trip because it was a business transaction. So
She motherfucking had that intuition.
yeah, I guess so, but apparently she went through it also before this, so it was already damned before it started. So I'm not taking away from saying like, oh no, she was wrong for tripping, but I'm saying like, what if she was wrong? You know, she still
Mm-hmm.
would have because she already explained that. But anyway, longer story short, yeah, when it came down to everything, everybody was doing everything, but he was not allowed to penetrate, and I was just like, I mean, I didn't care because clearly I know what's going on.
Right.
Two, I'm getting paid for this, so and honestly, I took half the price because I told him or her I didn't want the money, but he still gave me his half.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, rightfully so.
So anyway, being in such situations, I done been in a situation where my person that used to be a friend of mine, I done fucked her and her boyfriend with her. I done fucked her and her husband with her twice. She did the same thing with another person, and the person damn near took her husband. It was all bad. It was all bad. And then she like did revenge and fucked her and her husband, and then she almost the husband wanted her. It was time. It was a wild time. You know what I mean? So I feel like
You're well versed in the
I can give
things that you talk. Yeah.
positive and negative feedbacks, pros and cons, do's and don'ts. You know what I mean? Suggestions. I feel like I can give y'all that because I feel it still can be done, but it cannot be done by the guy's determination. And females, my advice to you is stop fucking lying. If you don't want to be in the threesome, you don't like bitches, you can't see him doing it to nobody else. Bitch, say that. Just say it. Say it. Because if you don't say it, they're gonna keep pressing you about it, bitch. They're gonna
And
keep trying.
men, you might think you want a threesome and you don't. You have to really know that shit for sure. You need
Yeah,
to
you
get this.
gotta be prepared. You can't be no half-ass weird ass threesome because if you make a bitch feel a certain way, or if you know what I mean, you pay one bitch more attention, well, that's how the other bitch feel a certain way. Like
Mm-hmm.
it just be a lot, and bitches are territorial. Some bitches are not chemically balanced, mentally, emotionally balanced to handle that type shit. But we can't tell them no more. You can say what you gotta say, but I ain't giving them no more because that's what they about to be paying me for.
Oh
By
no,
the way,
I'm just saying, men. Look, y'all gotta
$50
be.
an hour for consultation though. So
If y'all having a threesome with these girls, just you have to one, be sure that you want to have it, and two, be careful what you wish for. I
yeah,
remember I
yeah.
got in a situation where I asked this girl for a threesome, and I got, well, the very first time she offered me a threesome, it was with a girl I didn't want. So I was like, hell no, what the fuck you doing? But when it was the girl I wanted and her, I I had one opportunity and failed. And so since I failed in that first opportunity, I cashed in on the second one. Now, after I cashed in on that second one, I didn't realize that we were going to have probably two more threesomes after that. And I think we had probably three more after that. And I wasn't comfortable the other times.
Mm, 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 mm.
So, men, you got to know what you want to sign up for and be careful what you wish for. Because if you do get it, you might get it more than you think.
Hey, everything they've got to be paying you for your consultation on the nigga side or the
Well,
women's side.
no. See, my game. Look, my game different.
You
You know,
the game is to be sold, not told. What is you doing?
I'm
What
trying
is
to
you doing?
help these niggas
No,
because niggas get
no,
nervous.
no,
Men
no.
get nervous, and
Well, y'all hit me up if y'all want his advice, because I'll tell you what he said. How about that? The fuck, fucking shit.
look, man.
Thank-
Just know, I know I accidentally got a girl pregnant off a fucking threesome,
Hey, it. What the fuck?
and 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 I was only mad about it because that wasn't what was supposed to happen. I was
Okay.
fucking the joint I wanted to fuck, and she got up and was like, "Come here, girl, get on top of this joint." And so I was, oh no. So, guys, be mindful.
Oh, my kitten just jumped from like the ledge of the window. I don't understand why. All you hear is a thump, thump, but I guess they land on their feet. But
Oh
this
yeah.
is hardwood floor, baby. You might not want to do that to them balls of yours, like them balls on the bottom of her
No,
pole.
she ain't tripping off them balls. Them things are street tested and everything.
I think I want to blog about my kitty litter because I really like it. And I've had some like that fucking tidy cats. That shit is a fucking that tidy cats. Y'all need to do better. And y'all need to stop lying because that shit is not dust free. Okay. And secondly, yeah, no. I'm over it. No tidy cats. Because I've had two different types of tidy cats. And one of them was cool. The other one was supposed to be better and not so much. And this other one looks like a generic brand, but I don't know. I'll tell y'all later. And just know that it's way better.
All right, and I hate that end what I want to talk about on this note, but the last thing that feel that's going is going to stay on my brain. All right, there's an NBA player. His name's Miles Bridges.
Mm-hmm.
Talented guy. If he hears this, bro, you're talented. You shouldn't even. You got to think higher than what you've been thinking. But anywho, now he
Oh.
was. This is the free agency period of the summer or whatever after the season. So, uh, first red flag. He's on Instagram posting himself with allegedly some lean, what looks like to be lean, and what looks like to be a pre-roll.
And he's the athlete?
And he is a professional athlete. That was
Okay.
step one. That was the first red flag. Second red flag. Now, I don't have nothing against these athletes rapping and all that shit, blah, 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 blah.
Oh,
But
man.
it just felt like he was trying to market himself as a up and coming rapper for a hot second, not realizing that, nigga, you work for Michael Jordan and Michael Jordan owns a basketball team, my nigga. You could just be focused in on your fucking jump shot and
He
be
only
living life better. But
what if
it
he want to fucking rap?
look,
Nigga, y'all
hold
kill me
on.
with trying to tell these people what they need to be and
Wait,
shouldn't be doing for their lives.
wait a
If you
minute.
want to be a
Wait a
fucking
minute.
stripper with no
Wait
neck,
a
you can
minute.
be.
Let me finish. Let me finish. Now, step one, he posting up with this with these alleged cups of weed in the pre. I mean, the cups of lean and the pre rolls of weed.
Mm-hmm.
Step two, he starts rapping and he got his whole crew of rappers around him and they all rapping and shit, and that's garnering the wrong kind of attention.
Okay.
Red flag number three, his dumbass the day before free agency starts with motherfuckers. I'm looking at this television. Motherfuckers is getting signed 40 million, 50 million, 100 million, 200 million. All these niggas getting signed. You know what his dumbass did? He gets arrested for putting his hands on his wife.
Oh,
Oh,
I kind of heard some of that story.
yes,
Right.
she has a fucking she got like shit fractured. She had a concussion. He beat her up, then choked her till she passed out. All this dumbass shit.
And that's not the one that was recorded, is it?
I don't know if it was recorded or not, but I just saw that shit like yesterday or day before. I'm like, bro, you are this close to closing in on $100 million contract. You was up for $100 million contract, my nigga, and now people ain't even gonna want you in the league. So why
That's
are you
fucked up.
risking your life and livelihood to prove that you're something that you're not? I'm not trying to say nothing wrong, but nigga, you've been a basketball player for all these years, my dude.
So you
If
don't think he's really that lean drinking, weed
look,
smoking?
even
You
if he all these people, you have to know better than to put yourself in a position to argue with your wife and put your hands on your wife when you got potentially $1 million on the line. I mean,
Yeah.
$100 million. My bad. Not one. $100
Go
million
back
dollars
to
on
that
her ass.
self-control. That go back to that self-control. Control your fucking self. And at the end of the day, remember there's always a brighter side to whatever you're going through. So if you feel like you want to slap a bitch and this bitch still happen to be your wife, you either go outside, take the fucking Hummer, Beamer, whatever you got, drive off and go fuck another bitch,
Or something.
or, or, or call me so I can consult you through this shit or pay me. Never mind. Or or you know what I mean, decide fuck her again because I got $100 million. How me on the flip side? What you need, alimony, bitch? What would we?
And the
I know
worst part of the story is we all, what I seen on Twitter is they said motherfuckers ain't mad that he beat up his wife. Motherfuckers mad that he beat up his wife before he got a chance to get his 100 million.
they even more trash for that because now y'all want her. What the fuck? Why this is all bad? Because everybody's just having a negative thought about that's not even what the fuck.
And in my case, it's like you shouldn't even have had your hands near the damn girl. You could get any bit. You got millions of dollars.
Nobody's concerned in why he fucking did this. Clearly, this man must have some type of mental block.
Something's going on, and he
Clearly,
did it in
he's
front of
not
his
right.
kids, which is
Yeah,
another thing which is
he's not
blowing me.
registering something.
Yeah,
So how about we stop scrutinizing him, not to praise him, but investigate and apply help because that is what's needed. If it's giving her some bread and her and the kids go off into a healthy, happy life with him being available as a father and nothing more, then that's fine. But that's what I don't get and understand and can't stand about people, bro. Like, what the fuck is the point, and why are we like this?
yeah,
Why? Why are we so involved in the wrong way, engaged in the wrong way? Like, ain't nobody trying to consult that woman, help that man. Like,
right,
clearly something's not clicking, Steven. If this motherfucker almost had $100 million contract and decide to be his wife, do y'all not be listening to me about these internal demons, these motherfucking mind manipulating thoughts that fuck people over, ultimately make them not think logically? Trust me, I know. Because
man.
some of
I've
the
been preaching
choices,
it every
some of
episode. Good.
some of the choices I have made were based on my thoughts not being logical, not making sense, not collectively hitting that note of this is not a good idea because I was so enraged and overtaken by my emotions that I responded retarded.
Mm-hmm. And
Please
I'm
use
telling,
French because I know that there may be people that don't like that word, but you take it how you want to. You
yeah,
call it what you want. I'm not about to sit up here and not talk how I normally talk.
no,
Just
you got
the
it.
word faggot, I still use it and say it, and I don't care. You can be straight, I will still call you a fucking faggot. And then you can be
I,
gay, and I'll still call you a fucking faggot. I'm not,
I
what the fuck? I'm black. You don't think people call me black bitch? You don't think that's a
look. I feel you.
think I'm a
Fag-
nigger bitch,
Faggot is a tough word these
no matter
days.
to whoever the person is that decide that they're racist and they don't like me, no matter if it's a Jew, a white, a different type of white, Italian, or whatever, I'm still a Negro, correct? And that's it. So if you're acting like a faggot, my definition of faggot is just someone that acts like a fucking fool. I don't typically relate it to your sexual orientation. Now, if you take that like that, that's your fault. If you feel that you're guilty of being a faggot, that's your fault. Doing okay, for instance, that boy, you seen that video with the bull that was yelling at his dad about why are you doing this, daddy? Why are you kicking me out? What's the real reason? That was some faggot shit. Not because he was gay, but because why would you go to that extent to put your father, your business, as his father said, in other people's hands?
Mm-hmm.
Now you're allowing other people to manipulate how this should be. Were you trying to reach out for help and trying to pull on heartstrings? If so, there was a different way to do that. You didn't have to show your dad at all. Now you just kind of don't give a fuck, and you can also typically cause harm to this man. There are some extremists out there. I'm sure, a super extremist like uh uh uh. uh I kill people who don't yeah.
Yeah.
So People kill people for being black. People kill people for being gay. There are people that kill people for being transsexual. There's people. So you don't think there might be one person that had one drink too many, might fucking them been picked on forever for being his sexual preference,